everybody, it's Cape Rugby TV. It is, of course, Wednesday night, and it's Cape Rugby TV time, and it's nice to have you along on this rather cold, wintry night. A nice, cold, at least warm coffee here tonight. Let's get straight into it. With me, the panel, and no strangers to Cape Rugby TV, which I love to say. I love to be able to say no strangers to Cape Rugby TV. On with me now, of course, Ishmael Dolly. Ish.
Yeah, Japes, good to be back. Some rugby over the weekend to cover, so looking forward to the show.
And the man has finally come out of depression, and we believe that he's now back on the wagon, so to speak. Lyndon Julie, hello, Lyndon.
You can't hide for the entire season, so you know someone's got to come out. Next season, someone else will be hiding somewhere. So we'll take it on the chin. Yeah.
And the man with the very best hair in the world of rugby, Ricky Peterson. Hello, Ricky.
JP, thanks, man. I promise I'm not going to talk a lot tonight.
Yeah.
I'm only here for the humour.
It's going to be a good show.
Jokes.
It's nice to have you here. Of course, you've moved across to Tigerberg now, eh?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Enjoying it. Hard work, but you got to enjoy it.
Yeah, well, we're going to look at some of the results there. Of course, you're an old Tigerberg player, and I mean, you've been in and out around the Tigerberg wood, so to speak, a couple of times. So
yeah, 5 years. 5 years and 5 good years.
You played there, right?
I played there at Strumhoff. I mean, with guys like Stanley Robenheimer, you know. I mean, playing playing beneath good scrummers like that.
Is still up in the
the one against UCT. Which one? The one that
the picture of Stanley Robenheimer.
Oh yeah.
Up in the changing in the conference room there. Anyway, let's get straight into it, folks, because we're going to have so much to talk about. Over the weekend, we went out to check out one of the derby matches of the season, and definitely when SK Walmers and Primrose go head to head, it is a match that you want to check out. It was at the track. Myself and Ishmael Dolly went out there. It was quite good fun. But let's get straight into the highlights. SK Walmers against Primrose.
Guys, ready? Fly in behind the ball behind the line.
Quite tightly contested. Primrose have the upper hand at the moment. Let's hope for a comeback from SK.
Ball out. Release wide. Clear release.
It's nice and open. The game is starting to open up. Hopefully, in the next 10 minutes, open up even more.
Excellent game, full of passion, and it's two sides that don't want to lose.
In the mirror is a crucial scrum for you. In the mirror. Okay. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Oh, that was quite an incredible game. Ish, you were field side there with the camera in hand. Did you manage to watch the game as much as you thought?
The atmosphere was electric for the amount of people at the track. And Primrose dominated the first 15 minutes of the game. and then there was a game changer, and all hell broke loose. I mean, the guys just stood back from Primrose, and forwards of SK just dominated, took up the ball, gained meters every single time they picked up the ball, and it was just amazing to see that these guys could actually put some real good points on the board. And funnily enough, the SK kicker missed about 13 points. So the score actually flatters Primrose a little bit.
Yeah, 7 kicks didn't make it. I mean, did you think they're missing Nani?
They probably are, but I mean,
SK's
got to move on.
We've actually got to get past this.
We've got to move on now.
I mean, from a discussion point of view, a lot of people don't want to discuss. We're like sensitive about talking about this or sensitive. But you know, the fact is people are moving around. We're talking about rugby different to how we spoke about rugby 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. So Nani's moved on. So it's like me saying, you know, is Toulon missing Franz Stein, whatever. They're probably missing his boot.
Definitely, but I mean, there's this guy, Hakim Lani, the 15, he's quite very, very talented. He's got a good kicking boot on him. He's just got to put in a little bit more hours on the training paddock, and I'm sure he'll be as good, even maybe better than Nani.
Yeah, he had a great running game, huh?
Excellent, eh? He's got some good vision, good feet, and he's got a good eye for the gap.
Ricky, SK Walmers, Primrose, your expert opinion, being a provincial coach and of course now big chief at Tigerberg.
Well, I personally think, JP, that besides being a big chief of Tigerberg, that's actually pretty yesterday.
Covering his tracks here now.
Well, derby game, yeah, tough, but at the track, that's always going to be SK's. Always going to be SK's, and I think. I don't know if it's their third game or so, but they really needed to bring it on by this game to get a big win. And they got it. I mean, it was what, 35-17, basically double the points.
What do you think of the fact that both these teams played in the Community Challenge?
Well, it's always good for Western Province Rugby. I mean...
but I mean, do you think that, that they kind of would have built from the challenge, or you would have expected them to be tired from the challenge, or maybe they were just getting into their rhythm after the challenge? Because there was also a couple of tough weeks of work. I mean,
definitely, but at the same time, you look at it as they could use it as that challenge, like as friendlies coming into the league, where other club teams will play friendlies. You know, depending on how tough the opponents are. I think they had actually great preparation, both them. I think it was SK, Primrose and Bella, if I'm right. And Falls Bay. So that's actually great. Yeah, that's great preparation, honestly. And by the looks of things, is that the Boland teams are really, club teams are really stepping it up. Back in the days, you would have Super League A against a Boland team, it would have been a 50 to 10 score. But now they're really stepping it up, honestly. So good win for SK. So.
All right, we managed to, of course, also catch up with the winning captain and coach of SK Walmers, Ashik Wise, and of course Madich Davids. Let's catch up with Ashik. Right, folks, we're here at the track. Of course, with me is the coach of SK Walmers, Ashik Wise, who was on the show with us on Wednesday night. Ashik, good result for you guys.
It's an awesome result for us, JP. I'd like to thank Primrose for pitching up and actually competing against us. And to my guys, well done. Much deserved victory.
You know, the last time we saw SK and Primrose playing together was at Primrose with Rosmi last year, and it was a draw. What do you think made the difference for you guys today?
I think that the hunger was there, and 12 months of waiting for the win.
A very passionate crowd today. All the fans, does it make a difference?
Makes a massive difference. And to the fans, thank you for pitching up and supporting the guys.
Where to for you guys now?
We've got a bye next week, and then we pack villages at villages.
So do you guys take a break, or do you keep training?
No, sir. No breaks.
No
we keep
breaks.
training. Yeah, we keep pushing.
Ashik, congratulations.
Thank you, JP.
Good win for you guys.
Thank you.
Right, folks, with me now is Madich Davids. He is the captain of SK Walmers, and he's, of course, no stranger to Cape Rugby TV. We've had him on the show before. Madich, good result for you guys.
Yeah, I think we deserve the result. We worked hard at the end of the day. It was a good game, and I think there's many more to come.
Would you say most of the work was done up front, or I mean, it did look like that a little bit?
Yeah, most of it was done up front. We worked hard as a pack forwards. I think we deserved this game, man. Actually, the whole team, we did well.
A lot of passion here, all these fans. How does it feel to have all these fans here like this?
It's great. It's great having this crowd there. It's a nice crowd.
All right, so we were speaking to Ashik now as well, and he said you guys have got a bye next week. I suppose you're going to rest your legs just for a couple of days and then practice starts again.
No rest. We're going full out now. No more losing.
All right. Best of luck for the season, my man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, folks. An incredible day here at SK Walmers. Victory for SK over Primrose. And it's a derby of note. This is what club rugby is all about, when the fans come from local community areas, and really when you see two teams like this where they've got so much history and they put it out all on the field, and it really brings everybody together. An incredible day here at the track. All right, so the Ashik was, of course, very happy captain. Doing a good job there, Ish. I mean, and of course, no stranger to SK.
Yeah, I mean, he alluded to it. He said that SK were a bit more hungrier, and I think they were a bit more desperate as well. I mean, it was their third game, and they never recorded a win yet. Primrose, on the other hand, had a win under the belt. So when you're playing a derby and you're playing home and you're into your third or fourth game and you haven't snuck one under the belt yet, desperate times come with desperate measures, and you could see it. And you could see what it meant to them after the game.
Ricky, as a former provincial player and with Ashik's experience, must be making a bit of difference at SK.
Oh, definitely. He was actually one of my, he also played at Tigerberg, okay? One of my ex-teammates as well.
Yeah.
So, passionate player. Passionate, I can tell you, that will get a big heart when he played. And the way he played is actually the way how he coaches.
Yeah, you guys up for SK Walmers, St. George's?
A big one, yeah. I think also the two teams were like Ricky said, community challenge. You know, they've had a good platform in the pre-season. Community challenge is a bit step up from the friendlies because you play for something or you play for a prize at the end. So it's a bit more advanced.
So you're up for the challenge?
Yes, we are. That's what I said in the beginning.
All right.
What did you expect me to say?
We were expecting.
What do you want to say? What do you want to say? Come up with some psychological or some scientific definition here. Yes, we're up for the challenge.
This is TV where there's one camera on one person at a time. It's not radio where every mic's on. Okay. So we managed to catch up there with the losing captain and coach of Primrose, Kabamba Fouche, another legend. Nice to have him in Western Province, and of course the losing captain, Jason Janchis. Right, folks, with me now is the captain of Primrose, Jason Janchis. Jason, incredible game, tough 80 minutes.
Yeah, tough. We started well, but along the way we lost it. But all credit to SK Walmers for beating us.
You probably knew it was going to be a tough game. Yeah. I mean, a real derby match.
Yes, yes. I saw last year how was the derby, and this year we expected the art of them.
Yeah. Now, of course, in terms of your preparation, was there any specifics that you guys thought was going to be a real challenge today?
Yeah, we were preparation to play it wide and keep it away because we know they got big forwards and stuff. So, but they dominated the game from 15 minutes onwards.
Well, Jason, anyway, it was an incredible game. Congratulations on putting on some really good rugby.
Thank you, thank you.
And we look forward to seeing you guys the rest of the season.
Yes, yes, we will.
There we go. Right, folks, with me now is the coach of Primrose, and we're so excited to actually have him now. It's a chance for Cape Rugby to speak to a famous player like this who's moved into the coaching circles. Kabamba Fouche. Kabamba, tough game for you guys.
Yeah, it's a tough game. Games like this, you always need a team to pitch up and give 110%. And today, SK Walmers just pitched up and give 110%, and they showed out there they wanted to win the game, and they did.
It's quite a difference. We were speaking to Ashik in terms of last year when you guys played away. It was, of course, a home ground advantage for you. Do you think the crowd had any influence on the game today in terms of the fans and the community?
I think crowds always carry their team around, and like today, the SK Walmers supporters, they were just onto the team, and the vibe was there, so they really pulled their team through, and the team just came out there and did it for their fans.
Now, you guys also played in the Community Challenge. How much did that help you guys so far in the league this year?
No, the Community Challenge is a competition that doesn't have the tough teams as like here in the Western Province League. So it gives you time to use combinations and stuff, but it doesn't test your ability on attack, defense, and it doesn't give you the right call or preparation on what you want to. But I think this league is really tough, and we've been through a lot of tough teams, but we just need to go back and go back to the field and try to correct this.
It's interesting that you say that. I haven't thought about it from that perspective of community challenge. They're probably nowhere near as tough as the top 6 in Super League A. What would you say from a Primrose point of view, your strengths and weaknesses this year?
No, I think that our weaknesses at this moment is depth, and we really need to look into our depth of our squad, and a few injuries here and there put us really back today. So we've got like 5-6 guys out that couldn't make the trip here. So that shows you that you need depth. Yeah. And you need good players, because you can't just pick up with your second and third team players into a first team. And strengths, I think that we've got the ability to spread the ball wide, to run the ball wide, but to do that we just need to earn the right to play wide and to unleash our speed at the end.
You get that first phase ball first.
Yes, we just need to be more physical at the ruck time, and secure our ball there, and then we can play it out wide.
Folks, I'm mesmerized speaking to a professional player like this. The conversation, I could stand here all day long. Kabamba, I think it's better we just get you on the show when there's time. And we know that you're a busy man during the week, but it's great talking to you. And, you know, we haven't had a chance to get you on the show, but we're looking to have you on the show sometime. Win or lose today, as always, SK Walmers, Primrose, it was a fantastic game. Well done.
No, just well done to SK Walmers. They really showed out there they won this win, and they deserve it. If you want something and you go out there and play hard, you're going to get the result, and they won it more than us, so that's why they won it.
Yeah, thanks. Jason Junchis there, of course. I thought it was John Lee for a second there, Lennon.
It does look like him. It sounds like him as well, so I could understand your mistake.
Yeah. But listen, let's just go back a step there. Kabamba Fleurs, Ishmael Dali, what a revelation speaking to him. And I loved what he said there about you've got to earn the right to go wide.
The knowledge that, I mean, you've got provincial coaches coaching Super A teams. I mean, Kabamba and Ashik, both ex-provincial and a Springbok. So the knowledge that these guys have, and it filters just down to the players, it's amazing. We are blessed, firstly, to be in Super League and having them coaching our clubs. What more can we ask for?
But let's go back a step to that statement that he made about you've got to earn the right to go wide. What he was obviously meaning is that you've got to secure the ball in the forwards first.
You've got to secure the ball in the forwards first. You've got to make sure you're getting go-forward ball for your backs to go wide. And in order to do that, your guys up front have got to create that space and to get that 2-on-1s, that 3-on-1s out wide.
And then you can send it to the back.
In order to suck those defenders in to create that space.
Yeah. So I love that phrase. You've got to earn the right to go wide. We're going to take an ad break, and when we come back, we're going to catch up with the man of the match at SK Walmers. We will reveal your Evox Advanced Nutrition man of the match after the break. Welcome back, everybody. Yes, it's Cape Rugby TV. Remember, you can find us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV, and you can find out all the best of what's happening in the world of West Brom's Club Rugby. You share it, we air it. All right, our man of the match, which was, of course, chosen by the home coach. So thanks to the fans that posted that I selected the wrong man of the match. Well, incidentally, we don't choose the man of the match. It's always the privilege of the home team coach to choose his man of the match, or who he thinks is the man of the match. And generally the coach consults with the team and the coach, together with the management staff of the winning team, unless we override it and think it was a really, really spectacular, even, you know, it's not on the odd occasion. But it's the home team management, coach and players' prerogative to choose their own man of the match. And in this case it was Ziad Khamildin, your Evox Advanced Nutrition man of the match. Right, folks, we're here, of course, at the track, the Greenpoint track, or the track as it's called. SK Walmers victory for them over Primrose today. And as usual, we have an Evox Advanced Nutrition man of the match. And this time it comes from the winning side, from SK Walmers. And here's number 10, Ziad. Number 9, number 9, Ziad Khamildin. Congratulations. All right, and he takes the camera like Manny Pacquiao. All right, well, I suppose I didn't really even need to lift the microphone. You could hear the guys. Ziad, congratulations. You are the Evox man of the match. You deserved it. It was a great run. You had a great game today.
Yeah, thank you very much. I firstly want to shukr my maker for doing all of this for the supporters, for SKW. It's a well-deserved win, what we really needed for the season. And if we should keep on just playing like this, yeah, I believe in my boys so much. Thank you.
Well, I was just about to ask you, I mean, you must believe in your boys to have a geest like this amongst the team and everybody's cheering each other and you got the family and friends and everybody out here. You must be loving it.
Yeah, you won't believe what this win feels like. Yeah, it's just great to be here and win on our home ground, what we needed for the season to turn our season around. But then again, I want to thank Primroses for coming out here and giving us a good game today.
They look tough.
Yeah, extremely tough. The game was fast and hard, but we put it in the box, one in the box for us, with a bonus point. So
with a bonus point. Congratulations once again. You are the Evox man of the match, and we look forward to seeing you climb to even higher ranks.
Thank you very much.
There we go. Right, there we go. Congratulations. Good little scrum off, Ish.
Very good. I mean, when you're getting a good go-forward ball that he got on Saturday, it's pretty easy to dominate as a backline and especially as a scrum off. And I think Ashik was a bit biased because he was a 9 and.
Oh, you mean the scrummy chooses the scrummy, same way the forwards always choose the forward.
It's like a selected club, you know. You ask
Ricky.
Well, if the guy played well, select the guy. I mean, you often hear number 10 being the general. No offense, the Ish, but what about the 9 also, eh?
Yeah. I know, but there's nothing that stands tighter together than if it's a prop scoring a try or something. And then, because the props all believe that the entire rugby stems from whether or not there's a prop. And maybe they're right. Anyway, let's look at some of the results then from last week, Wednesday, before we carry on with the other Super League A results. St. George's going down to Marty's, 97 points to 7. And of course, UCT beating SK Walmers, 45 points to 23. Let's quickly look at the UCT result. Ish, clearly the SK playing on the Wednesday and then again on the Saturday didn't have much, they didn't have much effect on them. They had still had a good game on Wednesday, but UCT still a team that's up in the top 3-4. It's going to be tough.
It's pretty tough playing 2 games in a week, especially on a Wednesday and a Saturday. What I hear is that they took it quite light in terms of training work, in terms of workload throughout the week. So they probably used Wednesday night as sort of a kick pad and a launch pad into Saturday's game.
Okay, all right. And then, of course, the other result was Marty's beating St. George's 97 points to 7. That was, I don't know if it's 90 points. Lyndon, quite simply put, what went wrong?
Yeah, I think just Marty's were just a better team on the evening. They are more conditioned. They use the territory, the possession quite well. I think that score also flatters them. Should have been much more. The last
flatters you.
It flatters us. Yeah, sorry, it flatters us because the last 15 minutes, Marty's just we came at it at them. They held back because given the first 60 minutes, compared to the first 60 minutes, they held a bit back.
Marty's
all credit to Marty's. Yeah, it was a good match. You could definitely see the difference between Super League B and Super League A teams.
Is this one of those? I mean, it hasn't. St. George's. I mean, it must be a little bit tough coming straight into Super League A, and you're going to come up against Marty's, who's a world-class outfit. How are the guys feeling about the fact that this is sort of their heaviest introduction so far into Super League A?
Look, we never went into the game thinking we were going to win the game. We thought we were going to go in the game and learn something from the guys from Marty's.
First mistake.
Mistake. But you can't go in. This is the club. This is the biggest club in the world. So you've got to give them some credit.
Yep.
They've got 2,000, excess of 2,000 players.
I don't know about that. Okay. I don't think Mike Tyson ever went into the ring thinking I might just lose this one.
Mike Tyson never went into the fight with Goliath. Mike Tyson never went into the fight with
I'm going to get Ricky Peterson, the expert, into the picture here. Ricky, do you ever go into any game thinking you might lose this?
No way. I mean, if you enter a game like that, you might as well not get rested.
Because already your mindset's not in you.
Exactly. You gotta make your players believe that all the hard week's preparation they've put in is going to pay off. Whether it's somehow with a bonus point, 1 point walking away. You know. You gotta make them believe that they can come away with something after that hard weeks of preparation. Because after our first game against St. George's, my words to Wilbur Kraak was, it doesn't get easier in this league. It gets tougher. So always prepare for the worst. Always prepare for the worst. Yeah.
It's tough. I mean, at a time like this, and you've been it through as well, you've got to really look after the players.
Yeah, at the moment they all that you can can look up to, and that they all there for the club. So it's important to keep them motivated. It's very tough, easier said than done. And
it's of course easy for us to sit and talk here from the sidelines.
It's very,
you know, we're now the coach, we're the couch coaches all of a sudden, you know, the experts talking on, but it's difficult out there. And let me go back to London. London, I mean, the question really I think that everybody's asking at the moment is, are the players going to stay? Are they demotivated? You know, what's the mentality? Because from what I'm understanding, from what I've heard so far, all the boys are there. Everybody's sticking to the game plan. They're all coming to practice. I think you got 1 or 2 injuries, but for the rest, the spirit is high. Yeah,
the spirit is still pretty much. I spoke to Ish just off air early on. We're trying to build on what we are good at, which is building the community. So we have, you know, supper for the boys after the match. We have some food prepared for them, lekker. We have soup on cold evenings. You know, we've got after your matches, we've got fines meetings. All 4 teams gathering together. So there's a bit of a vibe that we're creating. Each home game, we've got, you know, live music. We've got an event that we create. So we're trying to relish the moment in the Super League.
But the question really is, have you got Karen Corkia? Because Kailsriver has got Karen Corkia.
We don't have a Donny Isaacs yet.
You don't have a Donny Isaacs. No. We talk about Donny Isaacs. I'm going to show you Donny Isaacs in a couple of minutes' time. Yes, we'll catch up with that. Let's quickly take a look at the results in the Super League A over the weekend. Of course, Hamilton's beating UCT 79-21. We've already mentioned the SK beating Primrose 35-17, and of course Villagers losing to Tygerberg 25-19. You were saying that you reckon the UWC is going to improve still,
Yeah, I think they're going to hit their stride. Hopefully not this weekend coming.
Because of St. George's playing against UWC?
we need the win, like SK needed.
But you know you can win this game?
We know we can win this game.
All right, because you know you have to believe that you can win.
We're going to check this one. It's Wales all over
because
again.
The flip side is that you believe that you're going to lose it.
Yeah, well...
you either believe you're going to win or you believe you're going to lose.
Let me rather rephrase it. We had to go in the game thinking that we weren't going to walk away with 4 points. Let's rather put it that way.
Yeah.
You have to go in the game against
so either 5
when you
or
go
not.
Yes, you wanted to go in believing you're going to get 5 points, but you got the 5.
Yeah.
No, in fact, you got a 7. You got a 7. If this was, you might have even come away with a bonus point there. But yeah, you don't want to go into the ring thinking that you're going to go the distance like Floyd Mayweather. You want to go into the game thinking you're going to get a knockout.
Yeah.
All right then. Let's go across to Ricky now. 25 points to 19. Not a massive margin, Ricky. Tygerberg Villagers, how was the game?
Well, that was tough. It was another away game for us, JP. The team actually showed some good character. We've played, I think this is our 7th away game, including our friendlies. Obviously, you've heard that we've got the new pitch, basically, and it's only ready in another month's time. So away win, I say a bad win is a good win if it's a away win.
Yeah, no. Yeah. So take the results while they can. But you've never really been known as a sprinter. You've been known more of as kind of a marathon runner. Play your cards slowly, 1 step at a time.
1 step at a time. I'm one of those coaches that I believe that irrespective of what tough friendly you play as preparation for the league, there's no ball game as tough as the Super League A in Western Province Club Rugby. And I believe that when a team strikes their 4th game or 5th game, they will strike their peak. That's out of my experience. Well, besides the varsity teams.
But you talk about this, you know, we were looking at some of the games that we thought were maybe going to be big games. We looked, I think we were looking yesterday. We thought, you know, we really must get. We still haven't filmed Hamilton's, and we haven't filmed St. George's this year either. And we looked then to see when is Hamilton's and St. George's playing, and it's in August. it's
way down.
It's 3 months away. Okay, all right. So well, you know, this is how many games there are still to come. It's still a long way. I mean, for everybody, it's going to be still a long way to go.
Yeah, but there's a big break as well in June. There's about a 4 or 5 week layoff, and then you've got.
But there'll still be rugby games.
Yeah, there'll still be rugby games, but the league closes up, the official league. But there'll be, I'm sure clubs will have friendlies. We've got a couple of friendlies lined up.
Well, I should hope so. Otherwise, I might as well close up the show. If there's no rugby games, we'll pack up, put the TV off for 4 weeks, and then we'll come back and see if there's any rugby there.
Then you're gonna have the fans.
Well, no, I'll have the fans. Anyway, let's take a look at the results in Super League B. Collegians going down to Macassar 24-21. Hamilton's going down to Rangers 40 points to 24, and then Young People's losing to Violets 32-30. So a good result result there for Violets. I know that that was a tough one. Collegians just didn't go their way, 24-21. Then Hamlets, of course, losing to Rangers. Now, Ish, you're playing against Rangers this coming weekend. Milnerton up against Rangers. As I said earlier on, you're going to have your work cut out for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite a big win for Rangers away at Hamlets. Not very easy playing them away. So we've got to be at our best. Hopefully our preparations this week will be top notch.
Yep. In Super League C, Blue Jets 48-10 over Noordlikers. Kraaifontein beating Young Stars. Silvertree 25-28 loss for them against Strand United, and then Strand beating Scottsdene 27 points to 25. I think the standout game there, or team, certainly looks like Kraaifontein. Kraaifontein looking strong in Super League C, and they've made a bit of a statement, Ish.
Yeah, obviously they're the only unbeaten team in Super C at the moment, so they're making a big statement in order to get the promotion, because I know that's what their guys want, that's what their management and exec want. So they've definitely covered their bases in terms of where that's concerned. But it's still early days, though.
It's still early days. The other game that we looked at there was Strand United against Silvertree, and Reed Dar Allen, who's of course coaching at Silvertree, said that this is what some of the coaches' quotes now, folks. I don't think that we're getting the results our performance deserves. We were leading right up until the final stages. Our discipline is costing us at the moment. And then just from Rangers and the Hamlets game, Gavin Passons, who's of course the coach at Hamlets, went on to say there was a bit of a struggle for them, and they had a good first half but fell away at the end, and Rangers bounced back well and played off the mistakes. Some nice coaches' comments there. Let's quickly take a look now in the City League. Of course, Manamug Rangers 23-18 over Young Ideas. Busy Bees 23-12 over Western Zebras. Hamadias beating Caledonia Roses. That would have been a bit of a derby. Rangers over Young Ideas. Perseverance losing to Watsonia. Police 31-31 over draw, at least with Tech. And then Progress beating Temperance City by just 1 point. As we said, that was a bit of a derby match. That was in the City League. Of course, MIT Rangers there, and Manenberg Rangers, who played against Young Ideas. Sahid Blake, who's the coach at Manenberg, went on to say that they battled early on at the collision points and fielded a very young team against Young Ideas, and that they made full use of the bench, which helped them pull through. And there's always room for improvement, but they're making good progress. Nice positive attitude there from Sahid Blake, the coach at Manenberg. Let's take a look now at the results in the Southern League. Retreat going 14 points to 13 over Thistles. Rocklands 26-21 over Eerste Rivier, and Titans losing to Young Brothers. Eerste Rivier, Lyndon, would you have expected them to come away with a win there?
Yeah, I'd expected Eerste Rivier to pick up a win against Rocklands. But it's tough playing at Rocklands at their home. It's not always the easy side. But I know the boys at Eerste Rivier are training very hard. Couple of weeks with the load shedding, the guys with the cars parked around the field, coach making plans, being creative. So it's tough playing at Rocklands, but I think Eerste Rivier definitely are strong contenders in that league.
Yeah, but Rocklands has been playing has had a very good season. Mahmoud Alexander is of course the coach at Rocklands, and he went to say that it was a tough encounter against the top outfit. That of course being Eerste Rivier, and they knew that Eerste Rivier were going to come hard at them considering the fact that it's a top of the table clash, and that they structured their game around their forwards and took away their momentum. Those are your comments from Mahmoud Alexander. Let's take a look now at the results in the Northern League. And Van der Stel beating Emikawe 45-16, and Blue Stars going down to Carlamore 18 points to 15. And now in the Northern League there, Yusuf Sultan is the coach at Strand Pioneers. And well, at least Strand Pioneers lost to Atlantis. Yusuf saying that they're a bit unfit, so they struggled after half-time. And their scrum half, Hussein Snyders, had a great game and is a talent to look out for. Van der Stel, though, is looking stronger and stronger, considering they had a bit of a depressed couple of seasons there. Ricky, I don't know how familiar you are with Van der Stel, but they had a bit of a rough time over the last 2 or 3 years, and now seem to be pulling it together.
Well, knowing Van der Stel back in the late 90s, and they were one of the top teams.
Yeah, they had the Robbie Blairs and all those kind of. Half of Western Province was playing for Van der Stel.
Teams. It was either some guys playing for Marties and some guys playing for Van der Stel. So they went through a couple of a couple of tough years, and to bounce back like this, I just hope they keep it like that, because we all know it's year after year it's tough to manage a club in overall. Yeah, but they're doing a good job.
I enjoy Funestel. I used to fight for Funestel. Anyway, that's in my previous world. Not on the rugby field. Okay. All right. Anyway, beautiful little club out in Stellenbosch. A real sort of club that caters for everybody from cricket to rugby to judo. There's a darts club there. So you finish with the rugby, you go to the bar and you practice your darts. All right. Of course, in the PAR League, Young Gardens going down to Vineyards 47 points to 28, and Nassif Abrams is the coach at Vineyards, and he went on to say that they struggled a bit in the first half as the game was very tight, and once again the game opened up as it was easier as the dangerous backs really put them to the sword. Nice catching these coaches' comments and getting a little bit of feedback from the guys, and of course us giving some recognition to the coaches out there. So thanks Nassif Abrams, of course coaching at PAR. We'll take an ad break, and when we come back we'll start taking a look at some of the fixtures coming up this weekend. Welcome back, everybody. It's Cape Rugby TV. It's, of course, Wednesday night. We bring you the very best of rugby, club rugby in Western Province, which means it must be the very best of club rugby in the world, considering that Western Province has got the best club rugby teams in the country. Anyway, before I spew on further, sadly, we were not able to go down to Elsie Shafira over the weekend. It was the John van Dyk Rugby Day. Teams from all over the Western Province joined, and legends came together, especially from Kales River. And there you see Belleville Glass, the sponsors of Kales River, behind me there. Gray and the guys from Belleville Glass kindly supporting Cape Rugby TV. But well, thanks to Belleville Glass incidentally for supporting the show. And in a second or two, I'll tell you about CTC Sports, who has also come on board with Cape Rugby TV as an official apparel supplier. And you get your rugby jerseys at just under 4,000 Rand for a set of jerseys and tracksuits from CTC Sports. So we'll tell you more about CTC Sports during the course of the next couple of months, and they've kindly come on board with Cape Rugby TV. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Elsie Shafira, of course, had a fundraising day for John van Dyk, who's suffering from motor neuron disease, and many of you will know that Tinus Neer passed away sadly from that disease, and Jos van der Wester is also struggling with MND, motor neuron disease. Now, teams and players and kids and moms and dads and uncles and everybody came together. Now, sadly we couldn't go out there, but Ansel April and Donnie Isaacs were kind enough to send us some photographs. Let's take a look at just some of the pictures from the John van Dyk Rugby Day at Elsie's over the weekend. All right, a couple of interesting pictures there from Elsie Shafira and Donnie Isaacs, one of our co-conspirators, so to speak, here at Cape Rugby TV show, was in full force. I think was he playing hooker, Lyndon?
Was playing hooker, yeah, and he did a bit of a foxtrot there while he was feeding the line out. I think to get his balance right.
I didn't see that. What was he doing?
I'll show you. His knee was bent a bit, and he was doing a bit of a, I don't know. He should have given him some tips on how to balance himself, because he wasn't doing it too well there.
So legends coming out there, Kales River legends, and legends also from the Elsie side. And that was, I think, the primary day. But clearly enough, I mean, we were really showing some community pictures there, but obviously a lot of support. There were bands and school kids and junior school teams also playing. So good to so good to see that kind of support.
There was all-round good support. I mean, the president of the union was there, Mr. Thurlow Wakefield. He was there. So I mean, all the school teams were there, there's clubs within for which John played, so I think there was a good day.
Of course, our thoughts go out to John and the family as well, in the same way that Tinus Lanier got so much support and Joost van der Westhuizen and so much support. I'm sure that everybody will be looking to support John as well. Now, Ricky, you played a bit with John.
Yeah, I played against him when he played for Northern Avenue. I mean, Tinus was centres, and very, very good player. And a very, very nice and humble guy, honestly. Yeah, well, obviously not on the field, but off the field. Yeah, obviously, yeah. He's a big guy. John was a big centre. Yeah. But I thought really go out for him and his family, definitely.
Yeah, it's going to be, it is tough, yeah. All right, folks, we're taking an ad break. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the fixtures coming up over the weekend. We're just having some jokes off the off air here, folks. Ish, so you guys ready for Super League A?
Well, after seeing the results, I say we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
It's funny that we started talking about this, and we were just saying he's played one game this season already. He said, how was that possible? I mean, Ish, you can't really know yet. Impossible.
You can use the same bridge that we are using at the moment.
The same?
The same bridge. You can use that same bridge that you want to build. You can use that same bridge.
What a wise answer.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking, maybe take the knife out of his back at the same time. All right, let's look at some of the fixtures then. Coming up this weekend, of course, there's some Friday games as well because some of the games have been moved. Durban take on Primrose, Hamilton up against Villagers, and Vix take on Tygerberg. That's at the Donny Craven Stadium. And then on Saturday, it's Belhar, False Bay, Helderberg, and Silurian, St George's, and UWC. Okay, so Ricky, let's talk to you here. Tygerberg and Vix, you're playing away, so it's the Donny Craven Stadium. I mean, would you say I think you guys can take Vix?
Yeah, I mean, definitely we can take them, but it's not going to be easy. I think Vix played 2 games, they lost both, they're going to come hard.
Yeah,
they're going to come hard. That's how I know the students. They're going to come hard, they're desperate for a win. And for my guys, we just got another away game. We got to show character.
So I noticed that none of the Marty's guys are playing over the weekend.
Does that mean?
Maybe they're. Are you sure? I'm wondering. Okay. All right. Then of course.
It'll be good if we play Marty's first and play Vix and then the next time.
Now I'll tell you which club is going to have the biggest jaw over the weekend. That I can tell you now already is Hamilton's Villagers.
Ooh, yeah. Derby day.
Well, that bar. Yeah, it's a derby day.
It's a derby day. Yeah,
in fact, that's probably the game that we should be going to over the weekend because it is the 2 oldest clubs in South Africa playing against each other. So Friday night game might be the game for us because of course the Stormers are playing at Newlands over the weekend, and that does make it sometimes a little bit difficult. So Hamilton's Villagers on a Friday night. I'll have to consult with my crew, but what they've just told me in my ear you guys they've just said is confirmed. Hamilton's Villagers, but what we do know is that their bar is going to make a lot of money. That's what I'm going with this.
So given the Kells River history you have with Kells River with the bars and the clubs, do you really think you should go into a game on a Friday night when you've got a Saturday filled up with rugby again?
Right, moving straight along then. False Bay at Belhar. Now, this is going to be a derby match or a cracker match. I mean, both these teams have been doing really well in Super League A. Ricky, I'm going to go to you on this one because you're playing in this league. What do you make of Belhar False Bay?
I think Belhar's definitely backing on their home ground. Also learning out of their mistake against Silurians, that you don't just pitch up by your home ground and lead at halftime and expecting to win.
Yeah.
So False Bay, they are really on a high.
They're on a fire.
They are firing up. I mean, they are playing good rugby. I've just seen some of the highlights in the game. They really know what they're doing, and they're working hard.
We're not going to ask you where you got those highlights from, though. All right then. St George's up against UWC at Gastro. Home ground advantage for you guys. What do you make of that, Linda?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a rematch from 2012 as well, and given the position we're in at the moment.
Yeah, in fact, let's have a quick look at a poster that you sent in here. Your artistic skills are getting better. The rematch. It is St George's up against UWC at Gastro. The rematch, 2012 and 2015. Saturday, the 9th of May, 2015. Be there or be square. Kick-off at 3:30. UWC is getting better and better, you said yourself.
Yeah, they're picking up momentum, gaining momentum. Obviously, from the Varsity Shield that they had towards the end of the Varsity Shield, they nearly made the final, so they nearly made that. I think which on Georges we will definitely have a workout out on Saturday.
So you'll pick up a win this weekend?
We'll pick up a win this weekend.
All right, folks, let's take a quick look at now Super League B. Brackenfell are up against Hamlets. NNK are up against Franschhoek, and Violets take on Macassar. Violets-Macassar game is going to be a big one. And then on Saturday, it's Belleville, Kelsriver, Wraithby take on Hanson Arts and Rangers are up against Union Mill. Brackenfell Hamlets, I expect that to be quite a tough game. Ricky?
I don't know much about those two teams for the year. I can tell you that. I just wish the best of luck for both of those teams. I don't know much of the results.
Well, we watched Brackenfell against Rangers, and they were a good side. And of course, Gavin Passers is over at Hamlets, and they didn't have a great win. They didn't go down workout for them over the weekend.
JP, can I ask who's the coach at Brackenfell?
The coach at Brackenfell is what is his name now? Johan Kotze, I think.
Okay, no, I just heard that what's his name, Ricardo Croy was also was he playing or helping there?
Well,
no,
he might have been, but he wasn't at the Rangers game. Didn't see him there. Yeah. All right, let's look now at the Super League C result fixtures coming up the weekend. Young Stars up against Goodwood. Elsies are up against Kraaifontein. That's going to be a great match. And then on Saturday, or at least also on Saturday, we've got the Saturday the 8th of May kicking off at 9 o'clock, and then we've got Saturday the 9th of May kicking off at 3:30. Maisi Pumulele up against Strand, Noordlikes and Paarl, Silverleaf and Silvertree, Stelco and Langa, Strand United are up against Blue Jets. So of course those Young Stars Elsie's games are on Friday night at 9 p.m. But yeah, I would reckon that Elsie's Kraaifontein game is going to be a good pick.
Yeah, I think definitely. I think given the vibe at Elsie's rugby club, it's good. And Kraaifontein also, as Ish mentioned early on, they're gaining momentum in the league.
All right, City League then. In the City League is Caledonian Rose up against Zebras. MIT Rangers up against Police Perseverance and Progress. Tech are up against Busy Bees. Temperance and Hamadias, Watsonia Young Ideas. While in the Southern League is Bishop Lavis and Retreat. Yester Rivier and Titans, Rocklands, Young Wesley's, Thistles, Lagunya. Young Brothers are up against Peninsula. Yester Rivier are up against Titans. There's your poster. Yester Rivier take on Titans this Saturday. It's going to be a great match. And of course the guys from Busy Corner, who you see behind me, there's the jersey, Busy Corner, supporting Titans Rugby Club now, and a lot of posters coming in as Yester Rivier gearing up to take on Titans. Rocklands are up against Young Wesley's. Nice picture coming also in here from Rocklands. Before you win, you have to believe you are worthy. Rocklands up against Young Wesley's. Then in the Northern League is Blakes and Delft, Imikawi and Kalamore, Kailicha and Atlantis, Van der Stel, Strand Pioneers, Whistling Wheels and All Saints. Kick off at 3:30. Whistling Wheels and All Saints, there's the poster, guys. Make sure that you get down. Just a little tip for the folks. Try and make sure that you use the correct logos when you make your shareable posters. All right, make sure you have permission from Western Province Rugby if you're going to use their logo. And the Cape Rugby TV logo, you probably should get that one right as well. The Paarl League, it's Allendale against Paarl Rangers. Lower Paarl and Riverstone, Simonium and Albion's Vineyards take on Violets. Vintmeal take on Young Gardens. And Young Standards are up against Parel United. All right, then let's take a look at Super Brew in the Super 15 pool, at least not Super 15 pool, but in Super 15. In the Cape Rugby TV pool, Mansell is on in first place on the top. Lucky Boy, Gerard, Wilding Bat is still up there. Eddie Titus, Ginger Jeepers, Rocky Tolly, Andrew Wade Smith, and Tian. Of course, this coming weekend at Newlands, it is the Stormers who take on the Brumbies, kicking off at 5 o'clock at Newlands. So hence the fact that we might be choosing a Friday night game, and it's Hamilton's Villagers this Friday. So that looks like that's where we will end up. Hamilton's against Villagers as two of South Africa's oldest clubs tackle each other. It's going to be a cracker of a game, and we look forward to that game on Friday night, and hopefully the lights are bright enough for us to film, because Friday night is always difficult. But and then we'll be able to get to the Stormers Brumbies game by 5 o'clock. Right, that's a wrap from us. Ishmael Dolly, you're playing against Hamlet's Rangers this weekend, huh?
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's been a long break now, so we need to get our season back on track. feels like we had off season, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, finally.
Yeah.
This is actually the gap between last year and now is a bit short. Yeah. Lyndon Julius, you guys got up against UWC.
Yep, there we go. All of the best to all the clubs and to my boys as well.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys will have a good one, and yeah, I'm sure your team will be coming out with fighting spirits.
Yeah, fighting spirits, definitely not backing down or giving up.
Ricky, for you guys this weekend?
Vix Friday night, or was it a Marty's? I'm not sure.
No, it's Vix, yeah.
Okay, Vix.
No one's really sure.
Vix Friday night, that's going to be tough.
In fact, if you wear that shirt on Friday night, then the Vix might think that you're playing against, they might think that they're playing against their own team.
It might be maroon, but there's only one tiger.
Yeah, I think Marty's might have copied that colour from Tiger.
I'll leave that up to you to decide.
I think Marty's has been around a long time, and so has Tiger. But right then, folks, all fun and games here at Cape Rugby TV. Remember, you can catch us next week, same time, same place. And once again, big thank you to CTC Sports, Belleville Glass, Evox Advanced Nutrition for joining us here on Cape Rugby TV, and Matfin Money Matters, kind supporters of Cape Rugby TV. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. See you over the weekend. Have a fantastic rugby weekend. Bye-bye.